What is up, YouTube? Alright, thanks for joining in for another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to grind on a handboard. I do apologize for the little grotesque thumbnail picture, but I thought it would go good with how to handboard, and just my hands are kind of grotesque being a mechanic. So my goals of this video is hopefully to teach you guys at least one of 3 grinds, and not to reopen a cut on my finger from work I got from more or less a crowbar. I ended up cutting it really deep and having to glue it shut, so I'm trying not to reopen it because I don't have the glue with me. That's my goal. Also, what about these Braille handboards? You know, Braille finally released that they'll be being sold. Now, of course, I ride for hangnail, so I got one a little earlier than people, and these are so amazing. I am so happy to see Hangnail doing a collab with Braille. So, how awesome is that? But today, I'm teaching you how to grind on your handboard. I'm going to be doing 2 basic grinds, really easy basic ones. The first 2 I learned, and I'm going to be going over one decently difficult one. So we're going to get right into that and start this video off. Alright, so the most basic grind you can get. Now in skateboarding would be the 50-50, but that actually is pretty challenging to do on a handboard. Having to pop and push over, it seems to get difficult. So a nose slide, front side nose slide, is definitely the easiest handboard trick. And for this trick, you don't even know how to do an ollie. You don't have to do that. So the basic flat ground trick you're probably going to learn first if you're new to handboarding is a pop shove it. So that's literally all you need to know, and you can do a nose slide. So practice your pop shove it's. So you know you're just going to scoop, bring it around. It doesn't have to pop high. I mean it can't be that, you know, just slide it around. But you want it to pop. So it doesn't have to pop too high. It just has to get to that point. After you're done practicing your pop shove it, do that say 5 times. You're going to bring your hands with it. So a backside 180, but in this sense you're still just doing a pop shove it. So just keep doing that. Instead of doing, you know, an ollie backside 180, just pop shove it, bring your hands with you. Now practice that one 5 times. So once you got that, then you can move on to the actual main part of getting the pop shove it to do a nose slide. You're going to pop 90 and just land on your nose. So just do this. Pop shove it and stop it 90 degrees. Pop shove it, stop at 90 degrees. And keep practicing that until you're comfortable with stopping. Now you're going to bring it to a rail or a ledge. You know, I have a picnic table, and that if you guys don't have homemade obstacles, then, you know, textbooks or really anything that could be used as a ledge works fine. So you're going to bring it up, and just like popping it and dropping it down like that, you're going to pop it and just catch it here. So pop your pop shove it, catch it there. So, ooh, apparently I suck. I've never used this board before, so a little weird for me. But that's it. Now to come out of your nose slide, all you're literally going to do is turn your hands. Just turn them. Your grip tape will do the rest. Now you can, yes, pop out of them. That's up to you. You could trick out of them. Entirely up to you. But if you're just learning them, the best, easiest way, just turn out. Just take this until it goes down. So, even though this was just a real quick tutorial, this is such an easy trick that you guys should be able to get it by just learning pop shove it and then bring it. You know, I'm going to start that one over. Pop shove it and then bring it straight to a nose slide. This is the trick I do while I'm thinking. You know, it's such an easy one now. So if I can't think of a cool trick to do, I'll do a nose slide. So we're going to get into trick number 2, and hopefully that, guys, you know, taught you how to do a nose slide. Alright, trick number 2. Alright, trick number 2 is a fakie ollie switch 5-0. Or switch Smith, depending on how you feel like you should dip it or how much force you put on the back here. For this sake, we're going to be saying 5-0, which would be the second grind I learned. So, now it doesn't matter if you're doing the double slap or if you're actually fully doing an ollie. That doesn't matter. You can still do this trick. So, the double slap, you know, you're just going to do that, and that's your ollie. So roll, slap, which is fine. All you're going to do is pop, bring it up to here. Now, yes, it is better if you can do a fakie ollie, or, you know, ollie and then learn fakie ollie. If you're doing the double slap, you can still do this trick, because I learned it doing the double slap. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll up fakie with the front side of your body approaching the rail, and you're going to pop and just push this over slightly. Not like the shove, because then you'll do a half cab nose slide. Just slightly. And you're going to catch it here. To get out of this, just ride it up. It's not a big deal. This trick won't take you guys long to learn. I do recommend for all of these tricks starting off on something small, something like this size. You know, it's a lot easier to grind something smaller. So this, simply like that. Now if you want to do the double slap, I'll put my hands here. You can still do the double slap and land it. There's no problem with doing that. I mean, you know, as you go along, you don't want to do it if you were handboarding for 10 years. You don't want to still do a double slap like that. You want to pop. But that's how you're going to do a fakie switch 5-0 or switch nose grind, however you feel like saying it. People say it different ways. So, one last time, just pop very gently, catching it here. And you can ride it out as a Smith if you want, that's optional. Or, once you catch it here, you can pick it fully up. So, that trick, super easy, and I think you guys can get it really quick. Now we're going to get into trick number 3, which is actually more of an intermediate trick, more difficult trick. I actually got to change my whole setup for a different angle. But this one, like the good homie Chandler, who's a decent handboarder in that, he just learned them, and he's been handboarding for a couple years now. So this is a more difficult trick. So if you guys logged into this video, don't think that I'm just going over the basic stuff that potentially you already know. So we're going to be going into trick number 3 now. Alright, so trick number 3 is a frontside tail slide. Actually more difficult than the backside tail slide, on a handboard at least. And for this one, you can't do any like silly trick. You can't do pop shove it into it, because the way you would do a silly trick is doing a front shove, which doing that makes it 1,000 times harder than you can imagine. The trick I would recommend learning before trying to do frontside tail slides is a heel flip. You don't have to be able to do a heel flip, but it definitely helps if you can do a heel flip. So, practice, get your heel flips pretty good, looking pretty good, feeling pretty good. Then, take on this trick. The way you're going to do this trick is you're going to roll up like this at it. You don't want to come up like this, hoping that you can get into it easier. You want to cock your nose towards it, rolling like this. You're going to then pop your board and do the heel flip motion, bringing it up like this, but you never fully allow it to rotate. So like the sense of a Casper flip, but with a heel flip. So you're going to let it rotate and hold it here. This is what allows you to pull your hand, your front hand, around, bringing it. This hand is just going to catch it. So pop, pull it, catch it, turn out. This trick is going to take a lot of tries. This one is pretty difficult, and you can hear Sam Tabor say in videos, it is a lot easier to flip into this trick. That's why I like doing this trick, because it looks so much smoother not flipping into it. But, you know, every now and then you do like to flip in it. Like I love doing tray flip frontside tail slides. Because it looks more difficult than just doing a frontside tail slide, but it's not true at all. Also, bringing your hand back further does help a lot. I mean, you don't have to have your hands touch, but if you're using a hanging nail board, the hand is a good reference point, putting your hand in the middle of the board. So pop, rotate, land, slide. So this one, there's not much to explain. I'm going to show it a bunch of times. And I'm probably going to do then 3 clips showing more difficult tricks doing this. So tray flip frontside nose slide or kick flip front nose. But I'm going to show this one because I can't really do it sitting down. And move on from there. Alright, I also like to talk about some simple basic concepts here that just requires a little bit of thought process. If you keep trying to do this, now you can get the front rotation, and you can get pretty close. One of 2 things might happen. You might lock into a Smith grind. That's fine. Just start turning it a little bit more. So instead of locking it on your truck, you want to just be able to hit and lock it on your tail. All you got to do is rotate just a tiny bit more. Also, another way to avoid that is popping a little less. Putting a little bit less force of popping, just so the nose reaches the tail. Because even if you're in a lock in a Smith, if you pop just enough, you'll catch it here and force it into a tail slide. Also, common things that could happen is going into a lip slide. You get the same 2 concepts. Move further away, so instead of locking into a lip slide, you lock into a tail slide, or pop less. You can't physically lock into a lip slide if you only went this high. So, lip slides and Smiths do happen a lot, which, if you guys like doing those, you know, that's fine. I'm not saying that's not fun. But now I'm going to do 3 versions of these tricks that I would consider decently difficult, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Alright YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely check out the new Braille boards. I believe they're being sold on the Braille site. I don't know if they're being sold on the Hangnail site. I wasn't given too much information about this, other than that it was happening and that I got one. And they're awesome. But I hope you guys did learn something from this video. If you have any questions on any tricks, or any of these tricks, don't forget to leave them in the comments. Don't forget to direct message me or leave them in a comment on one of my Instagram posts. I mean, I am taking a few days off Instagram because of this, because it hurts terribly. But, as always, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you so much to Hangnail for sending me, you know, all the awesome stuff. And, as always, guys, have a great day. Tray flip. Round 2, tray flip.